Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bronze Grade Podcast. This is episode 26. I'm Lawrence, and with me this week is Dixon. Hey Dixon.
What's going on?
So this week's a little bit different. We don't have Jacky here because he's busy with other things. So I think the topics we're going to hit up this week is going to be a little bit different from usual because we're going to be talking about things that Jacky doesn't really care about at all. Like
more like he doesn't like at all.
So I know you've been playing a new game this week. Sounds like you've been very interested. What's the game called again?
Sword of Convallaria. I don't know, man. My English sucks. Anyways, I don't know why they made such a convoluted name. Just call it something easy, like Snowbreak. Oh my god, simple. It's good. Like it's very FFT like inspired. I mean, like obviously, like you can say it's like Fire Emblem inspired and all that stuff too. But it really gives me a lot of like Final Fantasy Tactics vibes. And so far, it's pretty good. It's actually really interesting that in the game they give you obviously the gacha kind of style where you're rolling and then you play through the story, but they have a mode, I forgot what it's called now, but it's like a single player mode where you aren't able to use your gacha characters, but the story characters, and you like play through it as like a single player experience. So like you're like playing like an entirely different game, and then you can like there's like choices you can make and stuff like that, and they can lead to like different endings in the game. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
So are they giving you like a set party for these missions?
Yeah, so like when you play the gacha version of it, I guess, like you see like those characters, like they're there, but you also like employ like the team of like what you want to use, right? So they're kind of like guest characters. But in the single player experience, you don't have the guest characters. You don't have your characters. It's just the characters like that were quote unquote guests are now like your characters to use and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So it just becomes like you're playing like not a gacha game anymore. You're just playing like, oh, I bought this like a game for like $20 and I'm playing the single player experience kind of thing, right? Which I find interesting. The only not weird thing, but I guess they linked it back to the gacha part where it's like you have to get like a key to like unlock the next part of the story or something like that. So, but the key looks like it's pretty easily farmable. So, I mean, I think I've read on Reddit that people like played a lot of the single player story already. Obviously, I'm not feeding it. I don't have time. But like I said, so far, like the mechanics are very like FFT inspired, Fire Emblem inspired, pretty fun.
Okay. So, how should I say? So I've not actually played the original FFT. The one that I have actually. Hey, I never owned really a PS1, so that's my excuse. Okay?
Horrible. That is your next
game. I did play. Okay, once I'm finished with the FF7, I'll get on that. So I have played FFT Advance. But I don't really know what the actual difference is, because my experience with Advance is that I end up kind of grinding all the different classes for each character.
Yeah.
Like I just that was kind of most of my time spent with that game. Yeah. And I didn't end up going too far into the story because I'm just like gonna hit up all these side missions over and over again so I can get all these other abilities for these characters. And I'm not sure that was a good use of my time on that game, but
I think it's fine. I mean, like you're playing the story, right? I think was it FFTA? I think that's what I call it, Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, right? I think.
Yeah.
I think it's like roughly. Yeah, I don't really remember because I don't remember if I played FFTA. But I think like people said it was pretty good with the story, but just less bugs. Like in the original FFT, there was like a lot of bugs. Like you could dupe items in the game.
Well, I don't know, because from what I understand, like bugs aside, I feel like a lot of people have more reverence for the original than Advance. Like I feel like people know about Advance and they're sort of like, all right, but it's not the original. Like, okay, I don't know what the difference is.
Yeah, I think it's like again like the nostalgia classes that people have on, as Jacky always has on karateka, right? But I think that's like a big thing, because even for myself, like I'm like, yeah, FFT original, I guess that's the best one, right? But I feel like other remakes or something, I don't know what you would call them, but I think it kind of streamlined and like gave a lot of quality of life to the game, right?
Okay.
But like I said, the original FFT was like hella buggy in a sense. Like when you got Orlando Sid, you like pretty much people would dupe 2 Excaliburs and give him dual Excaliburs, and he would just like murk the entire rest of the game.
Hell yeah. So, in terms of like the RPG side of things, do you level up the individual characters? Is that like the classic RPG like character building style? Is there like a class limit for each character?
No, so they're in their own classes.
Okay.
But their character level is based off your account level. So I feel like a lot of other gachas do the same thing, where you can't like just be like level 60, but you're like level 5 account or something. Not a huge fan of that. I mean, it is what it is, right? But in terms of like classes, like each character like is like a different class. Or, like you can't change classes or anything like that. Like you just get the character and that's it. But most of the characters are pretty cool. Even the low rarity ones, like their designs are pretty nice. Okay. And some of them are actually like pretty like decent in terms of like how you can use them. I think I remember reading in China and Taiwan servers, like people run the game like with like low rarities, kind of like Arknights. Like people run like low rarity clears. Yeah, very similar. So it's kind of cool.
Voice acting wise, what languages are there?
Dude, I'm playing Japanese obviously. What the fuck? I think there's Korean and Chinese too. I just never downloaded them. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think so far it's a pretty neat game. Like I won't say I'm invested crazily, but it's definitely fun.
Roll chances for the highest rarity.
Oh, dude, it's 2%. We talked about it. 2%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2%.
I can accept 2%.
Yeah, 2% is not bad. I mean, I think ZZZ was 0.8, right? No.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it was 2% for this game. Even 2%, it was ridiculous, man. Like obviously I was re-rolling. It didn't take me that long. It just took me 2 days. But even then, I didn't. Dude, I have a crazy story to tell you. So, like, I think I told you about this in our chat, but like, literally rolling for the banner character. Get the banner character, no problem. So I'm rolling on the beginner banner, where it's when you do 30 rolls, you get a free legendary. Chances of getting the same fucking banner character as my free legendary pissed me the fuck off, dude. Like, the thing is, in this game, like, dupes are useful, but you can farm the shards for the dupes. Right, it'll take you a while.
Okay.
Obviously, but like, you don't like, unless you're a whale, right? You don't need to 5-star your character, right? So the chances of like getting the same goddamn banner character on my free legendary pissed me the fuck off, dude. I was so mad. I was so mad. Literally like, just turned the game off.
Get a reroll.
Yeah. Literally just deleted the game right there. I'm like, fuck it. I'm done. But yeah, like even the anime, like there's not like a really anime portion to it. The characters are drawn like anime style, obviously, but obviously it's sprite work. But the animations for like the people's attacks, like it's done in sprite, but it looks like really good. Okay. Yeah, I think it's well done. Like I can show you a bit later, but I think it's like pretty well done, personally.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if you have much more to add for this at the moment until you play more. But I was gonna hit up other gacha games while we're here.
No, I think overall it's a good game. I don't know if it's up your alley, because I feel like
I think I told you before. Like for me, my tactics game leanings are more towards Fire Emblem, which actually isn't that different. Fire Emblem actually might be more simplified, if anything.
Maybe.
But that's where the majority of my turn-based tactics experience came from. Again, like I do think the Final Fantasy Tactics type can be more interesting because the elevations and the like that part of the terrain is actually more interesting than the Fire Emblem style, which is just a top down and you got your environment. But like I feel like the elevation plays a huge part of the experience in FFT.
Yeah.
And also the character building is a little bit more involved than what Fire Emblem is, like the skills and stuff. Fire Emblem is straight up like which weapon do you want to use and managing the wear and tear on your weapons, which I feel like the new ones they actually did away with, right? I don't know.
I don't remember. I mean, it's funny because I did play. What was a new one? Engage.
Three Houses?
No, it was Engage.
Oh, Engage. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I played a little bit of it. It was good, but I think I got like halfway and I stopped playing it, and I don't remember too much about it. So
okay, because I remember like I would have characters go in with like 2, let's say, iron swords and 1 steel sword, just in case they run through their weapons, and I'm like, that's just a waste of inventory space. Like, it's so dumb. But but yeah. Well, I'll check in the future, in the future episodes and see where you're at with that game. But now I think I'm gonna check in with your ZZZ. How is that going?
I know. We talked about it briefly before we started. Yeah, I haven't had time to log in. Like, I barely even have time to play like Swords. Like, I go on and do some dailies, and then at least for the past few days, it's been kind of busy, like at work and stuff. So
okay,
I haven't really been able to play. But ZZ, I kind of haven't. I logged in like a little bit just to do some dailies, but I haven't really played much. I mean, it's still a good game, but again, like I just have to find more time, right? I'm still playing Arknights, right? And that takes like a good chunk of time. So I gotta actually.
What are you talking about? Arknights, you sign in, you do your you refresh your characters and the base. You collect your shit, and then auto run the rest, and you're good. Collect the dailies. That's it.
I'm still. Well, I guess it's different for me because I still have like a lot of stages to farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta prepare for the next. Banner that I'm gonna lose the 50-50 on 5 times.
I still haven't pulled on the current banner yet.
Oh,
so
yeah. Are you gonna pull on Shu or what? Are you gonna leave it?
I definitely will. It's just that because of the daily free pulls, I'm just trying to go through that before I do the actual run of pulls.
Yeah. See, this is weird because I don't think I've ever pulled the banner unit from the free polls ever. So I feel like for me, like it's such like a because I just don't see it happening for myself. So I'm just like, I might do it. Don't get me wrong. I still log in and do the poll, right? But like I'm just like, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna fucking.
It builds up to the pity, right? So it's just, if anything, you just build up the pity counter.
Yeah.
I love that last time. What's the last one I pulled? I didn't pull for Ray. Oh, Degen Breacher?
Oh,
again, I don't know how that.
No, I don't know. You got Degen Breacher on your free 10.
Yeah, my first 10 pull. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and it took me to fucking pity for that. Like actual pity, like hard pity. Like, and I told you too, the one before the hard pity was a fucking another off banner. I just almost threw my phone. I was so mad. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, oh my god.
Well, I can't laugh too hard. I don't want that to come back to me to haunt me. There's like, aside from this current one, there's 2 other limited ones coming up that I'm definitely gonna pull for. So
yeah, dude. I just want to roll and not lose the 50-50 on first try, right? I mean, what next banner's Ella, right? From Rainbow Six.
Yep.
Yeah, just give me Ella, man. Like, although I think the pity for Ella's banner is like lower. I think it's like 100 something.
I think so. I think it's because the Rainbow Six Limited are like even more rare, I guess, than the other ones.
Yeah.
Because there's a high chance they would never come back.
Yeah.
Whereas the other limiteds, you at least get it. You can spark or whatever you call them, like for
the
following
older
time.
Yeah. No,
So,
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then was it after Ella? Ella is in W limited, right?
Yes.
That one. I mean, I just need to get that character. Like, what?
Oh God.
Just
I
give
think
me
you're
on
gonna
the
have to
first
spend
10.
money.
No,
have to
just
spend
I'm
money.
gonna farm all the stages, first pull Ella, and then have the rest for W.
I don't know. I don't know if the Ella banner is gonna have really good synergy for the base because the first time the Rainbow Six banner, like the first Rainbow Six squad came up, the base effect for all of them together is just so ridiculous. I think I told you before, right?
Yeah, you told me. I mean, wasn't like they just could keep like going or something? Like they don't.
Yeah, like you never have to change them out of the base, and that just saves so much time.
Yeah, I know. I wish I got that, but I think I wasn't playing when that.
Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. So that's too bad.
I know.
Because I don't think they're worth it at this point. Because that banner's coming up right after the Ella banner, but apparently the 6-star for that one is no longer considered good. So
that's annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it's too bad because I actually liked using her at the time. I think there's a lot of stages early on when she was available that she actually did better than Exvius.
Right.
So
I know we talked about this before, but I really dislike Exvius. I don't know why. Like
because you can't control her skill activation.
I guess so. I don't know. I don't really like her character design, I guess.
Oh, she's okay. She's okay. I don't think she has good skins.
You don't like you don't like the KFC skin? The fuck? Do you have that?
No.
Oh, I
don't think so. I think all her like not her default skins, but all her purchasable or like redeemable skins are on the boring side compared to a lot of the other ones that came out later.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which is funny because she was like, I remember when Arknights first came out, like she was like a target reroll, right? It was you either get her or you get Silver Ash, but like the ideal would have been her and Silver Ash.
Oh, for sure,
right?
Sure. It's just that she's great for early game when enemies don't have that crazy defense.
Yeah,
I think late game she just doesn't hold up as well because like. You can just pelt those shots at those high defense enemies, and they're just gonna be like, whatever.
Yeah, everyone has like giga defense, and they're like,
yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. I remember the Arknights reroll. It wasn't bad for me. I think like I did it 8 times. And I think I rolled like Silver Ash and like somebody else. I forgot.
So. Arknights was probably my first and really the only real gacha game I got into. I also got into AFK Arena, but that was not a great game.
I'm surprised you even played that. That game is like Whale City. Like
yeah, dude, fuck that game. I don't know how I don't know how I stuck with it for so long. Cause I think it might have been because some of the guest characters. Guest limited characters I was playing during that time, so I was like, oh okay, and then they're pretty good. So but yeah, dude, that game just trying to rank up characters took forever.
Well, that's what
You're gonna have to roll continuously for dupes for things just a billion times over and over again, and there's no actual real gameplay. Like it's just building teams and auto running them, and I'm like, Yeah, I played it for so long.
Yeah, and then like I played it for a little bit, but like I stopped when I was like, okay, this game's too whale for me, dude. Like it was just too much. I was like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah,
your
and there's
dupes are
no real
insane.
end game. There's no
No,
real
yeah,
end game, and that's also fucked up. It's just like just a curve. Like the numbers just keep going up
yes,
exponentially. And
yeah.
I'm like, no. At some point, I'm just like, yeah, I guess I really don't need to play this game. So I don't know how far you got into it, or how long you stuck with it.
I don't remember.
Because
I don't
by the
remember.
time I stopped playing, they added a mode that's basically a vampire survivor. And
With your guild?
yeah, no. So they, it's very specific characters. I don't know if you need to have the character, but it's just a handful of characters. You can select one of them and play a stage, and it's Vampire Survivor, like
No.
literally.
I think that was either that was way. I actually played it way into after I quit because I quit around the time where, if you remember, they released a guild kind of like Battlefield game where like you would go on
Oh,
the map and then you like move your character and then you would fight stuff
oh
and then,
yeah. Like I played a lot of that. Like
yeah, yeah,
they reran that a lot. And
yeah. I think I stopped playing after like the second or third one because I was like, okay,
okay,
this is too well for me, dude. I can't anymore. Like, if I wanted to keep up, I would have
that
been like spending.
it's funny because that mode was probably the most engaging
Yeah.
mode for me.
Mm,
And I actually played a lot of that,
mm,
and I think that was probably the best thing they did. All the other things, like all the event maps and stuff, they're like, yeah, it's okay. The puzzles are kind of like time consuming. There's just a
mm-hmm.
lot of time consuming things for dumb shit that
Oh
just
yeah, 100%.
wasn't fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because the Vampire Survivor mode was just not great.
Mm.
Like it plays like it, but like the balancing's all fucked up and like the hit detection's no good and all that. They also had a what do you call it? Puzzle. Shit, I should know this game. Uh, Candy Crush.
No, yeah, I definitely was not playing at that
Yeah.
point. Did you play when they released like the Ascended or Awakened characters or something or
Oh
whatever they
yeah.
called
I
them?
think I got in. Uh. Oh wait. The when they had like the characters come back with the sort of like the what's the Phoenix character? She had a second form or something. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
no, no. So like, maybe this is way after both of us. It's just because I saw an ad or something. So when I was playing, I ran Bringers, right? Lightbringers or
Yeah,
Lightborn, or
yeah.
whatever it
Yeah.
is, right? And then I don't know why, but like I have a huge liking to like characters with bows. So like Gwyneth was like my
Mm-hmm.
favorite character, which is funny because my Gwyneth was like the highest like rated character as well.
She's pretty solid. Yeah.
I know, right? And then I think I saw the ad, and it was Gwyneth, but she was in like an entirely different form, and it was like a different name for her. And I think it's either like a different character all entirely, or like an ascended version or something. I didn't look into it because I'm like, I'm not playing this fucking game anyways. But I saw that, and like her sprite and stuff looked cool, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? That's crazy. And then I just moved on because I was like, I'm not playing.
So I was playing the game when they added that thing, and that like again they had old characters but with new names and new abilities and all that,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's a totally separate thing. Like they don't really connect with the old. If you had a character build up, they don't connect at all,
Okay, okay.
and it's a whole other set of pulls for it. Like those are specific character pulls. You can't really build up using the spendable and
Yeah.
like low level guys.
Okay.
That was fucked
Okay.
up.
See, that's what I'm saying. Whale City. Like, if you are
Yeah,
not a whale, you are not playing that game. That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, it is
So
stupid.
yeah, I don't know why I stuck with that for so long, but yeah, it's a good thing that I got out.
Yeah. On the
Um,
topic of that, though, did you ever
yep.
play AFK Journey, which is the 3D version of
No,
AFK Arena? So I actually did.
no.
I played like a month of it. and it was good because it was kind of like MMO like.
Uh-huh.
But like the AFK part is just like you just get like materials, so you're not really AFKing. Like the AFK battling wasn't a part of it. You would like go on like a global map, I guess, and you'd be doing quests and all that stuff, and you get materials and you can roll and whatnot, right? But yeah, it was just a 3D version of AFK Arena without all like the modes that they have in there.
Okay.
And yeah, I played it for like a month. It was okay. I didn't have like I didn't reroll in that game. Or did I? Fuck, I don't remember. I don't think I did.
I feel like there's no real reason to like. I don't think they give you that much of the high level guys at the start.
Yeah,
I feel
don't
like there's no real
remember,
rerolling.
but I think the reason why I didn't reroll is because I was like, okay, maybe I'll keep playing this for a while. They had this thing where if you kept playing at a certain point on like the calendar, you would receive like characters, like a chance to receive like a celestial or something like that. And that's why I think I was like, okay, fuck it, if I'm gonna keep playing, like I'll wait until I get something from there. But then I stopped playing way before then.
So how long do you typically stick with a gacha game?
I think it really depends how much I like it and how much time I have.
Sure.
It, right?
Because it feels like you just go through a lot of them. So I just don't know how long you give a gacha game before you drop it.
I think sometimes it just ends up being like I get too busy and then I'm too far behind and I'm kind of like, okay, well, no point in playing which is like just a me thing, obviously. Like I'm sure a lot of people will continue playing, which is fair. But for me, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I missed out on like 2 characters, so like might as well not play. And I just end up like not playing it, or I feel at a point where I'm like, okay, if I keep playing, I'm gonna like fucking blow money on it, and I'm just gonna nip it in the bud or something. But I don't think there's like a time frame. I think if you're asking like the longest gacha game I played would be. Okay, wait. The first gacha game I've ever played was Soccer Spirits. I don't know if you ever heard of that game before.
You might have brought it up before, but no,
yeah.
I don't really know.
Like Soccer Spirits was like the first gacha game I played. And it was like it was pretty fun, honestly. And then I think that's roughly near the middle of it, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius came out. I don't know if you remember. Have you seen that? Yeah, and then that was like my main gacha for the longest time.
Was that sprite based one?
Yes.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
I remember seeing pictures of it. I thought about it. I think I might have downloaded it and just started it and just said, "Yo, fuck this!" Like from the opening, I'm like, "No, thank you, sir."
It was good, man. Like, it gave me FF6 like 4, 5, 3 vibes.
Sure.
And the boss battles, like the challenge bosses that they release, felt like a challenge. Like depending on like what characters you had and stuff, right? Obviously, but no, that game was wild. Like it was one of the funnest games I've ever played. Like I remember like having my emulator on, so I can do like trust farming. By like pretty much just doing a stage and like raising your trust to 100% to like get their special item or equipment or whatever. Yeah, that was wild. I have a funny story actually. It was like I don't know, midway through the game. It was like Black Friday morning. Like I was waking up. It was like 4 a.m, and then Gilgamesh came out the same day. And then, because I was talking to my brother about it, and we were like, yeah, I'm going to roll when I wake up. So I'm sitting on the toilet, open up Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and I'm like, all right, time to roll. And I'm like, don't troll me. And I think I got him on my second 10 roll, which is insane. Because Gilgamesh had, his trust reward was, oh my god, it was either dual, it was Genji Glove, which lets you dual wield, I think. Which like would make anyone like pretty strong. And I remember just rolling it, and then it was just really exciting. But it was really funny because I was sitting on the toilet.
Best time for gacha.
Yeah, no, seriously, it's when I turn on my gacha games. But yeah, that would have been like my longest. No, probably my second longest, because then I don't know if you've heard. I used to play Epic 7.
I think you mentioned that too.
Yeah, and I played that for like a super long time.
Yeah, have you played Fate? I feel like that was pretty.
No, I haven't
that's
talked
still
about this.
pretty popular.
Yeah,
right?
I've never played FGO, man. Like Fate Grand Order.
Oh,
I've
come on.
never played it.
I'm looking at your shelf behind you. I feel like it's all right up your alley, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no saber behind me. No, I don't know why I've never played it. I think around when FGO came out, I was playing something else. And it just never kind of like occurred to me to play it. And then I remember when I tried to get into it, the battling was just so weird to me. And I was just really turned off. And I was like, okay, I'm not playing this. I'm not playing this anymore. You haven't played it, right? I think, right?
No. Yeah. Again, my main experience with Gacha really is just Arknights.
Yeah. I don't know. I played so many after, like Arknights. I played Azure Lane. Nikkei, obviously.
Well, again, like for me, I think because it's the only one that I play, I can actually play more of it, and that's why as a free player, I managed to get basically all the really good units, and also again, I don't know what other people say about it, but like I think it's relatively generous as long as you do play consistently.
Yeah, I would say so.
And yeah, like I don't know how it compares to other gachas. I feel like the 2% for the top tier character feels like it's okay, you know? Even though I've read what people say, like some people are not okay with that. Still saying that it's too rare. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, like my experience alone, I think it's pretty okay, and I think the game itself is pretty fun, and they keep having new stuff, and like they have a lot of modes that you don't really need to use your resources to play. I think that's actually really really good. I think the main problem with that is that you still need to use a lot of resources to level up your characters, which you have a lot of problems with, I guess. So I can't help you with that.
No one can. Not even throwing money at the game can help me. Because like the fact is, like farming like the money or like level up thing is so inefficient. I feel like, right? Yeah. So it's horrible. But
it's reading a lot of guides and having things planned out.
Yeah,
that's how I think people do it.
Yeah, and that's fair. Like I mean, like again, if Arknights was my only gacha game, I feel like I would do the same. Because I really
that's what I think too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I enjoy like the roguelike mode is fun, even though I suck at it.
Yes,
but it's like fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. Right.
Yeah, like I think that mode you actually need to play a lot because you need to unlock your the buffs and stuff. The permanent buffs. Because I definitely when I played the second version of that. Mm-hmm. When I start playing it, I just get wrecked all the time, and then by the end, like by the time I got all the upgrades, I think I've been regularly getting to the final boss and usually beating him.
Yeah.
And now that I started playing the third one, I'm back to square one with how bad I'm playing.
Get it? You're like, is this me? Do I suck at this game?
I know. I've also read they're actually making a lot of changes for a future one where the resource requirement to get the lower rarity characters are lowered. Okay. So the 4-star characters are actually free.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like some 4-star characters. But no, I feel like if I only played Arknights, I feel like I would be able to do better in it. But there's just so many other gacha games to play.
So many, I know.
I'm like quit like almost like all of them.
So, Wuthering Waves, where are you at with that? Is that done? Because of that one poll? Because
did you not watch the video? Clearly, the video says, "Am I gonna quit this game?"
So, between Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero, like what's really the big difference for the combat? Because I think when we first got into when I first looked between the two, Wuthering Waves looks like super flashy and looked really pretty good. I think at the time my gripe with Wuthering Waves is that the world seems pretty boring to move through.
Yeah, I mean that was a lot of people's complaints too. But I heard the second like continent area was better.
Okay.
But I wouldn't know because I quit. So I didn't get that character. I fucking off bannered the fucking character. But like the biggest difference, I feel like Wuthering Waves is more anime. Like the fact that I can switch in and out while the character is still there completing their move just feels very like, you know, I'm watching an anime, right? ZZ feels more like you know when like the character is gonna like do a blockable attack, and then you like block it. You know what's gonna happen, right? Like and realistically, like in ZZZ, I think the character stays. Their previous character does stay to finish the attack, but it just in my eyes it doesn't look anime enough. But I
doesn't look anime enough. No, it doesn't.
It's like I don't feel like I'm like fighting an epic battle in ZZ. I feel like I'm just destroying things.
I think, at least from what I've seen you play with the lower rarity characters, yes, it kind of looks a little bland.
Yeah.
Or like it doesn't look flashy.
Yeah.
The way that I would expect it to.
No,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
You've definitely shown some characters like the bear.
Ben.
I think that looked pretty flashy. Yeah. Yes,
Ben the bear's so good.
His attacks look pretty damn good. But yeah, like even some of your high rarity characters, like the one that you just recently got, the dual pistol one.
Yeah.
Like looks fancy, but also just something I think my problem with that was the sound, right? Like
because it sounds
the
like
guns
like
just sound like pop
something.
guns.
Yeah.
I'm like dude, everything looks fine except the sound is just kind of off.
Dude, it's called safety bullets. Okay.
Trying to kill these dudes. Safety, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, I do in some parts agree. Like I mean, like I like using Ellen, like the shark girl, and I feel like her attacks are pretty flashy compared to like Zoo, the new character.
Yep.
But even then, like I think overall, like I think ZZ is more polished for sure. Like everything feels like it was worked on really like long. I mean, like look at the record store, right? I mean, you get the little videotapes and stuff. That's really cool. You got the coffee shop, right? The noodle shop, like you saw. Like, funny story. When my brother did the coffee because he likes doing coffee stuff. He was like making complaints about how like he didn't do this and do that, and I'm like, dude, if they made the animation of him doing the coffee, it would be like 5 minutes long, like.
And people would love this game, and gotta make it unskippable.
Yeah.
And people would be like, "Oh, this is so detailed. This is like
amazing.
so realistic,
fucking amazing."
Yeah.
But yeah,
so I'm just gonna jump the gun a little bit, or not jump the gun. Say something off topic, but have you seen Chainsaw Man the anime?
No, I don't know. Like after when I read a manga, I rarely want to watch the anime.
Okay. So there is some stuff in the anime that people are like, man, you spent a lot of time animating this really mundane thing. There's like a scene in there where it's just the main trio living in the apartment.
Oh yeah,
and they're doing a breakfast scene, and Akio's just making coffee and eating toast, and they're like, wow, you spent way too much time animating this. And it's just flexing your animation studio skills. Like, it's ridiculous. And that's what I keep thinking about when you're talking about this coffee thing from ZZ.
Like, again, I haven't seen it, but I've heard. I think, was it the studio that did Chainsaw Man? I think when I heard about it, I was like, oh, it's going to be good. Because I think that studio did like a bunch of other. Yeah. So, it's a weird thing where, like, I feel like I can't pay attention to the anime because if I'm like doing other things, I would have to like either watch it and then kind of look at it, right? So I can't be like, editing and then doing that, because like then I wouldn't be able to hear anything else, right? So for me, when I read it, it's just easier. So I just skim through it or whatever.
So I don't know if we want to move on from Gacha game, because my next topic really is just going to be anime and manga.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
all right. So while we were talking about Chainsaw Man, because I don't know if I should start being like, hey, spoiler alert, because I think we might be talking about a lot of these games or anime that's going to be pretty spoiler heavy, especially because for me it's I didn't catch up with the manga, but I actually ended part 1 of the manga for Chainsaw Man.
Was part 1 after what's her face?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. A person gets consumed.
Yeah. I remember that was wild after I finished reading it. I was like, what in the fuck just happened?
It's weird because I feel like the way I heard about Chainsaw Man is a lot of people being like, oh, I cried so much reading through Chainsaw Man, and and I'm like, I read through it, I'm like, I feel like I never, like, there's a few characters that seem pretty sad. Like, I get there's a few fates that's pretty sad, but like, it's not like gut wrenching.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Like, maybe because I was reading it on the side of more, I wanted to see the action. So like the sobby parts where I'm kind of like, yeah, that's cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck cares, all right?
and I guess the other thing for me is that I actually got a few of those plot points spoiled before I got to them. Like the thing with Makima, definitely I knew way beforehand.
Yeah.
Thing that happens with Power, I think I saw a picture of it like like a couple weeks before.
Yeah.
And literally it was like on Reddit, guy posts a picture and says, "Why isn't anyone talking about this?" I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, just going really quick off topic, I'm still insanely surprised that like Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't spoiled for you. Like when that fucking chapter came out, those memes exploded. They were everywhere.
So I think I told you I didn't know that was Gojo in that picture.
Fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I saw that picture, like, the hair was all crazy, like, and I'm like, it could be anyone. Like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
I definitely saw the I'd win picture. I'm like, okay, all right. I don't know what that means, man, but yeah.
The greatest meme of all time. Okay, maybe not all time, but like such a good meme. When that happened, I died. Like everything that came out afterwards was the I win meme on other characters. And you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, but no, it's just funny because I just remember when we were talking about before, I was like, how have you not been spoiled? Regardless of the I win meme, just the fact of like the actual battle that happened, I was insane that you did not catch wind of it on Twitter or something, because people were pissed.
No,
right?
the thing is, like, I never really paid attention that much to Jujutsu Kaisen outside of the anime itself. Like, I never really read anything or was looking on Reddit or any message boards, so I think I've been steering clear of it by and large, except for some random anime or manga discussion and people just bring it up.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that's why I think I've been good with the spoilers. And I'm just a little, especially with Jujutsu Kaisen, like I for both of those shows, like Chainsaw Man and JJK, I definitely have just been watching anime, and I'm just like, the animation quality is just so good. That's why I haven't actually tried looking at the manga until recently.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really got to catch up because there's so much stuff I don't want this spoiled.
Yeah.
Clearly with JJK, I didn't really need to worry about it because apparently I've been jumping past that all the way. But like Chainsaw Man, I think I could have waited.
Right.
Because there's nothing that I read that I would have been totally ruined by.
No, I don't.
Again, I already got
so
some of the
either.
spoilers, and by the time I got to it, it's like, yeah, all right, whatever. But yeah, JJK, at least right now, like I'm all caught up now, and I feel like the current arc is like Naruto, the final arc, where it's like, hey, the ninja war took like 2 years, and I feel like that's happening with JJK right now.
No,
It's like this one battle's taken forever.
Well, it doesn't help,
like,
that he takes like a while, right? So to draw it out.
Oh my god, it's just that they're just throwing characters at him, and I'm just like, fucking, and definitely been reading like message board stuff, and people are being like, Gege is just given Sukuna whatever excuse for him to win every fight, like no problem. And he's also just even aside from that, he's just brought up characters that from message boards sounds like they're really powerful and stuff, like the electric guy. But he's barely in there. No. And then he shows up, fights the guy, and just gets wrecked. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. This is what the buildup is for? Yeah. For like, people are like hyping this guy up for? I'm like, why?
He's given up.
Yeah, the guy has like 2 fights, and then that's it.
So just going back to Chainsaw Man for a quick second, did you ever read Fire Punch? It was his work before Chainsaw Man. The guy that
no, I don't think I think I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
Yeah. Okay. So I remember a long time ago, my brother was like, "Dude, you need to read Fire Punch," and I was like, "What the fuck is this garbage?" I read it, and he said it was the greatest shit in the world, and I read it, and I was like, "What in the goddamn flaming piece of shit is this?" To this day, I don't understand Fire Punch. But there's like this cult following for it, and it's insane. And again, the art was nice, but like I had no idea what the fuck's going on. And then like obviously like Chainsaw Man came out like a while later, and then it was like better, I guess, in a sense. If you get a chance though, you should read Fire Punch.
Oh yeah, I love to watch or read through really fucked up nonsensical shit.
Yeah,
hell yeah,
yeah.
So I guess I don't know if it's a similar thing, but like One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Have you read the original?
Yeah, I actually started reading it like before it got crazy popular.
Like not the current adaptation of the manga, but like the original.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, like, how the fuck did that happen? I think One Punch Man, the story is okay. Like I got to a point, like in the adaptation, I got to a point where I just lost interest. I think early on it's very good, but I think after the previous arc, I was just like, I don't know if I care anymore, because they got to a galactic level and time travel shit, and I'm like, I think I'm good.
Honestly, I didn't watch the anime. I saw clips of the anime, which looked great. Don't get me wrong.
Yep.
I stopped reading One Punch Man after I think the end of the first season anime area. Because I was kind of what more am I reading? You know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing is, I think that's the problem they had with the actual content, right? Like, One Punch Man is basically a gag character, and there's so much you can do with it without getting stale. So they started expanding on the other characters a lot.
Yeah.
And One Punch Man barely shows up for huge chunks of time, and I'm like, could be okay, but like, I don't know. It just lost some of his flavor at some point.
It's and I'm gonna make this weird comparison, but like One Punch Man like is in a weird way like kind of like Mashal, where like you have like overpowered ass MCs.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Mashal had like a little bit of a better storyline than One Punch Man.
Yes.
But just in that sense, like they're both just like, and they both look very similar too. It's hilarious. I don't know if it's the same artist. I don't think so, right? I don't.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just got bored of One Punch Man, like, cause as horrible as it sounds, you knew he was gonna win regardless. Else, like, he wouldn't be called One Punch Man.
Well, I don't know. Like, I have like. I read Korean webcomics, as do you, and there's definitely a few of them that's basically the same premise, where like Teenage Mercenary or
Teenage Mercenary is great. You shut up about that.
See, that's the same problem though. Guy, that guy's never gonna lose because that guy shows up to any situation, he just fucking wrecks everyone.
I love the repeated type of storyline. Something happens to the family. He comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, so like I don't think it's a problem that he's always guaranteed a win. It's just there's just something about it that just doesn't quite do it for me after a certain point. And again, like I did recently watch Mashal. I didn't read the manga or anything, and I think it's fine. Yeah. I actually think it's really funny, and I think in terms of power scaling, it feels more believable that he would have someone he can't beat compared to One Punch Man. One Punch Man straight up, like, the power scaling just goes absolutely nuts to make him win every fight.
Yeah, like he goes like
Mashal's like he's just gonna. Again, like I don't know if you've read the latest one. Yeah, he's gonna be like all his attacks are like, yeah, these are like generic punches, and then his amazing punches. Yeah, I'm getting serious now. Like, what the fuck? Mashal at least is like you have a guy who can't do magic.
Yeah,
and somehow he can fight through everyone else who can do magic. Like, I think they do a reasonable explanation as to why, but I do find the character expressions and stuff makes up for a lot of it, of a lot of people being like, you can't beat this, and then he just punches through it, and people being like, what the fuck? Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and again, I feel like for what it is, it's One Punch Man and Mashal is like just easy to watch and read, right? Because you're just really watching for like a fight scene, and then like your favorite character is gonna win, right? I mean, even for like Teenage Mercenary or whatever. I mean, there's like tons of other manhwas and mangas that are like in the same situation, right? I think for me, One Punch Man just lost. It's like, I don't know, like I just lost interest because number one, I never really liked his character anyways. I hate that he's bald. Number one. Okay.
Shit, dude.
I hate his stupid outfit. Like, it's so dumb.
Like, dude, the baldness is story relevant, okay? He doesn't like it.
Like, I don't know if you ever read this manga. I forgot what it's called now, but pretty much the main character is always naked, and I just did not want to keep, like, reading it.
Have you read The World After the Fall?
Yeah.
Are you up to date with it?
No, I think the last time I read it was he fought like like semi mid boss.
Okay.
And he like thrusted the victory.
Of course, that is like 100% all his attacks anyway. But there's a huge chunk of the recent quote unquote arc where he's naked.
Horrible. Like, I don't understand this. Like, why? Like, what the fuck? Just fucking hentai or something? Like, yeah. It just, I think a lot for me has to do with like if the art's not that good or if the main character is a dumbass. I just don't want to read it anymore. Right? Okay. Like, it's just horrible.
And so let's go back to One Punch Man. Have you read the creator's other big franchise?
What was his other one?
Franchise? Mob Psycho.
Yeah. I like
I
Mob
actually think,
Psycho.
yeah, I think Mob Psycho is significantly better than
Yeah,
One Punch
I think
Man.
it's way better. Like even like did you watch the anime or no?
Yes.
Like the when he like went 120 and he went fucking ballistic. Even that
Yes.
animation was like top notch. Like I enjoyed watching that
Dude,
fight scene.
that show has no business having the level of animation.
Yeah,
Like again, like I think the show is amazing. I think the character building, I think all the plot stuff is great,
hmm,
but the animation is like next level when they want it to be. And
yeah.
with that art style, I think it's just so funny. They adapt the one's original art style relatively faithfully. They clean up a lot, but like then the animation starts and you go, what the fuck is going on? Like it's just next level.
No,
And I
I
love
no,
it.
I
I
agree. No,
like
I think it's super good. I do
I
like that
think
more.
season 2 I think might have been my favorite. I just watched season 3 recently and
Hmm.
I think they wrap up a lot of the characters in there fine, but I don't think it hit quite the high of season 2.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like I think that is I don't it's sad for me that One Punch Man got way more popular, I guess, because of the anime, I think, than Mob Psycho, because I think Mob Psycho is a much better product
I think
overall.
Mob Psycho had its not time to shine, but there was a point where everyone like really liked it. But then I think the fact that like the gimmick of like a one punch, I think just caught everyone's attention, like, and then it just became a thing, right?
I guess so. I guess so. Because I enjoy Mob Psycho. Like, Mob has a very similar thing as One Punch Man, right? Like, it's a
Yeah,
guy who basically wins every fight, but then
yeah,
Mob has an actual weakness to him, which is his mentality,
yeah.
right? And I feel like that completes the character. And that is
Yes.
the main thing for the 3 seasons, right? That his you find out more about him and he overcomes his character flaw, as opposed to One Punch Man where he's like, whatever, I don't
Yeah.
care, just punch through things.
No, exactly.
So
No, I agree with you. It just, yeah, I just feel like One Punch Man is one of those things you just sit and watch and just be like, haha, look at a punch,
yes.
right? But like, no, it felt like a true, like, solidified story set in place, right? Um,
Yep.
but I feel like they're both good. Like, I don't know. I definitely like Mob Psycho more.
Yep.
But I think like even in the area, not area, but like in the time of when like One Punch Man came out, like I don't know, a bunch of like other decent animes and whatnot came out, but everyone just gravitated towards, you know, the One Punch.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Well, I think that one might have been also easier to sell
Mm.
to an audience that never really watched anime,
Yeah,
which is really weird because I know that like a lot of people who never watch anime actually thought it was fun,
hmm.
but to me that's also weird because One Punch Man hinges on a lot of tropes, like anime tropes, superhero tropes,
Hmm.
that I feel like people wouldn't know, right? Like there's a lot of Dragon Ball references or like Kamen Rider references. Like most people don't know that shit. Like people who don't watch anime wouldn't know that shit, right?
Yeah,
Like Moomin Rider. I think Moomin Rider is a great character, but like 90% of the people who watch One Punch Man don't know what the fuck a Kamen Rider is.
oh yeah, 100% right. And then like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a mediocre manga.
Yeah,
First season
yeah.
was good, I guess, like first arc, and then it just kind of, I don't know, went all like boring on me. I don't know. I don't know how
Hmm.
you feel.
Look, I watched both seasons and I thought they're fine. I remember people going nuts about the huge downgrade in animation quality. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. I've
it's
seen
okay.
worse.
Yeah, there's definitely seen worse. I've read worse. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like I definitely a lot of manga that I've dropped like in a few chapters because it's like so fucking bad.
Yeah, or like it just doesn't
Um,
make any sense.
yeah. So another anime thing that I watched recently is Blue Lock, and
So good.
I think the anime is great. You never watched anime, right? You read the
No, I just
manga?
read the manga. Yeah.
Okay. So the anime, I think by and large, is pretty faithful to the look of the original of the manga. There's a few things that is a little awkward. I'm fine with it, but I'm pretty sure some people will have problems with it. But like, whenever they do a full, like a pullback, far view of the characters that you don't really need detail for, they use a lot of 3D models of the characters running. And I know for sure some people are gonna be like, "Oh, that." Whoops. A lot of people will be like, "That looks ugly as sin." Like, I get it, but if they're gonna save the budget for the actual good animation stuff, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The thing is, I haven't seen it, so I can't give you an opinion on it. I've seen some clips, and the clips look good, but obviously, I assume the clips are from like like the good parts,
scenes.
right? Yeah, exactly. But like I said, like I don't. Blue Lock is a great manga.
Great, it's fantastic.
It's hilarious.
I'm caught up to it. I'm fully caught up right now.
Oh wow, I'm not even caught up. I like because it takes so long for them to finish a match. I just stopped reading for a bit.
Yeah. So I think it's really funny. So when they first, even in the anime, right? When they first talk about these world-class soccer players, they're gonna be like, oh, they got people like Ronaldo. You're gonna have like Messi, and then you got your anime guy Noah something something. And I'm like, wait, why? What the fuck? What? Why is that guy, not a real dude? And then at the current point in the manga, they're saying, oh, you got your world-class players within each group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, you should have brought Messi in here. You should just put Messi as one of the guys who shows up. Instead, they make all these, anime dudes that
anime Messi.
I know. I'm like, dude, I kind of wish you just had real people in here.
I think it's probably some of licensing and shit, honestly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I know for sure why they did it, but I'm like, why did you have this one guy, this one anime guy in the middle of all these real names?
Anime Joe. But no, it was good when I first started reading it. It was nice because there weren't like really like super moves. You know what I mean? Like, like Captain Tsubasa or like, other soccer animes.
I wish you're more caught up because recently there's been a move that's straight up like, what the fuck is this?
No, well, like, okay, so like, I know I talked about this before, but like, have you seen Prince of Tennis?
No.
That's crazy.
No.
You're missing out the best anime in the world.
Dude, okay. Prince of Tennis to me looks like Yuri on Ice, but for tennis.
You. It's so good. Like for me, like ridiculous Subarus is Prince of Tennis, right? And then obviously reading Blue Lock was kind of nice. And then I know I told you before, but literally everything was good until like Nagi did his fucking whatever, his triple twist turn shot, and I was like, what is this bullshit? I was like, what is this bullshit?
That shit was him going like, guess what? There's more. And I was like, wait, stop, just do it, just make the shot, dude.
Just shoot it normally. No, but it definitely is a really good anime.
Yeah, it's fun. I can't believe in the comments people are like, yo, why is Isagi so bad? Like,
dude, he's a god of the midfield. What do you mean?
he's like the MC, but he's just taking L all over the place. I'm like, the fuck, man? It's fine. That's building up the character.
Yeah, it's character development.
That's the underdog thing. Yeah, it's okay. He doesn't have to win like constantly. It's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I still have to catch up, which I'll probably do eventually. I don't know when though, but eventually I'll do it.
What match did you leave off with? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No?
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to like scroll through where I like remember I kind of left off and just start rereading it again.
It's also weird to me that I feel like his, in my mind, his main rival is Rin,
Right.
right? But I feel like he's been pushed to the background so hard, and like it just feels like everyone is his rival now. Like the MC's rival is like anyone that pops up is like, "Oh, you're my rival now." I'm like, I don't know if I care that much about you. Like Nagi is considering him his rival. Uh, Baro, or the villain guy. You also got Kaiser. I'm like, everyone just hates you, man. And I think it's really funny that the main character's team is like not even unified, and they would go against a team of like unified players. It would be like a team of like was it 11 versus 4 versus 4 versus 1 versus 1. I was like straight up like, what the fuck's going on? And then somehow his team would still manage to win because that's how the chemical reaction works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
It's
that's
called-
just bad teamwork, dude.
They're
Like,
devouring
you
each
would
other's
have
egos.
I'm like, I don't think it makes sense that you have two leads on your team that's trying to steal each other's ball.
Dude, that's how you get better, all right? That's how you get better.
I was sort of like, oh no, that's like introducing chaos into the match. I'm like, no, that's just bad team play, dude.
No, I think it's really good compared to what's kind of out there right now. I don't know.
Oh, sure. Like, I think it's really fun, like a good read. But when I sit back and think about it, I'm like, that's fucked up. For sports, that's just really fucked up. Also, like, I think I've mentioned before, like, you have guys coming out of training for striker role, and then one character manages to be like the best goalie. Like, what the fuck is going on with your striker training then?
Dude,
He comes out of
I
it
told
like,
you before. He knows how they're gonna shoot, so he's like, so he's the best keeper.
I thought the original goalkeeper they had in there was gonna stay longer, and they just wrote him out.
Yeah, he probably like changed the idea and like decided to do something different. I don't know.
I was hoping that he's gonna come back and be like, guys, I was actually a really amazing striker. I don't know why you put me in the goalie position, because I was gonna wreck all these games.
Honestly, I feel like at a certain point, that's probably what's gonna happen. He's gonna come out and like just like devour everyone, and then he'll be the best egoist ever.
Also, I think it's really funny that Kunigami straight up just looks like Ichigo. I'm like, I don't know if he was referencing the character or not, but I was sort of like, this guy just is Ichigo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh man, so I don't know. Do you want to call it? I think we
Yeah, we can call it.
had a good long run.
Yeah.
Did you have any other anime or manga you want to talk about?
No, there's so
Korean
much
webcomics?
trash that I read. It's too much to talk about, man. It'd be like episodes long if I talk about all the trash I consume.
Yeah, we can talk about all the Korean trash we we read next time when Jacky's not around.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Yeah, it's just too much. I can make a list. We can talk all about it.
All right, then. I guess that's about it for this episode. You can follow us on YouTube at Bronze Grade for all of our video content and podcast. I'm still playing Street Fighter, and Jacky is still doing his one a day. You know, I don't really know what the rate is at this point, but one a day.
I'm pretty sure he's like 60 plus
Sip
days behind.
And you can follow us on Spotify, iTunes, and other podcasting platforms for all of our podcast episodes. I would say we're doing streaming on Twitch now, but I don't know what's happening. I still need to get back to Final Fantasy VII, but yeah, we'll see. Yep, this has been Dixon and Laurence, and we'll see you all next time.
See ya.
Bye.